Thanks. We've been invited here to the marriage of Sarah B. Crone and Zachary Elias Siegel. Both of these fine young people are dedicated, baptized Jehovah's Witnesses. Zach and Sarah, after all the planning, all the hard work, the wedding day is finally here. This wedding day you will remember for a long, long time. April 14th, year 2001. It's a day every year that no doubt you'll probably do something a little special. Maybe give each other presents, go out for a little nice meal or something. Or maybe you can go away for a vacation, a little nice for you. Both of you have probably wondered for years, oh man, who am I going to marry? You said to yourself, I wonder what kind of woman she's going to be. Sarah, you said, I wonder what kind of man am I going to fall in love with? Now, by the look on your faces, the both of you are real happy that you found each other, aren't you? But don't forget to thank Jehovah God for your mate. Because if you hadn't known the truth, you never would have met each other. Isn't that true? Not only are you two happy, but you made others happy as well. The Crone family, they're pleased to be gaining a son. The Siegel family, they're ecstatic. Now, there's an old saying that marriages are made in heaven. Now, that's not exactly so, but we do know. And we can say that the directions for a successful marriage comes from heaven because Jehovah, he's the originator of marriage. Isn't that true? And marriage is certainly a sacred institution to Jehovah God. He brought Adam and Eve together as man and woman and united them as one. Let's look in our Bibles and read about this union, how Jehovah originally did it. The book of Genesis, the 2nd chapter, I'll just mention it to you. Genesis 2:18. Notice it says there, and Jehovah God went on to say, it is not good for the man to continue by himself. So I'm going to make a helper for him as a complement to him. And then looking over there at verse 22 and 23, it says, and Jehovah God proceeded to build the rib that he had taken from the man into a woman, and to bring her to the man. Then the man said, this is at last the bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one will be called woman, because from man this one was taken. Now, what exactly was said, what vows were exchanged, we really don't know. But the important thing is that Jehovah God was there as a witness. And his blessing was upon that first couple, was it not? So that's the pattern that we have set for us today. One man, one woman, and Jehovah God blesses that arrangement. Let's read about, in particular, one thing that Jehovah God makes mention to the man and woman. Genesis, the 2nd chapter, verse 24. It helps us to appreciate one other very special thing about the unity of man and woman. 24 there says, that is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and he must stick to his wife, and they must become one flesh. Now, to unite two separate lives into one flesh, that is definitely a most challenging endeavor. This is because as humans, all of us have different likes, different dislikes. And many of us here today, in the audience, we're here to share your experience here today. And we've been in your shoes in the same sense. And we know that with so many things going through the both of your mind at this time, you can only grasp just a few points. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just touch on just 3 basics in order for you all to have a successful married life. The first thing is we want to build on the right foundation. Secondly, we're going to discuss how both of you can faithfully do your part. And third, how you two can cultivate deep love for one another. Now, the right foundation is clearly stated for us in Matthew 22nd chapter, verses 37 and 38. We'll look at that briefly. Matthew 23, 37 and 38. There it makes mention, it says, 22, 37, 38. There it says, he said to him, you must love Jehovah your God with your whole heart and with your whole soul and with your whole mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. So now this is going to be your foundation, Zach said. This is where everything's going to start from, putting Jehovah God first in the marriage. For a Christian marriage to last, you have to worship Jehovah together. Read and study the Bible together. Now, as single individuals, you've done that separately for a long time. And that's been very good. Jehovah's blessed you for that. But now, as a couple, you have to worship Jehovah God. Serve Him together. This is going to help you to draw closer to Jehovah and draw closer to one another by putting His service first. Jehovah, too, He understands our emotional and our physical things like as well. For sisters, Jehovah knows that sisters, we want to be sisters want to be loved. As husbands, we want to be respected. Jehovah understands that. Now, that being the case, Jehovah gives us specific instructions for the two of you. That's found in Ephesians, the 5th chapter, verse 33. Ephesians 5:33. Jehovah gives us some good instructions right here. Ephesians 5:33. Here it makes mention, it says, nevertheless, also let each one of you individually so love his wife as he does himself. On the other hand, the wife should have deep respect for her husband. That's Jehovah's arrangement. If you do that, we'll be successful. How happy and satisfied you'll be if both of you faithfully do your part. And as you know, Jehovah has appointed you, Zach. You're supposed to be the head of the family. So, Zach, you have to ask yourself, what type of head will you prove to be? Now, I know you want to follow Jesus' example. So just in looking here at Ephesians, the 5th chapter, verse 25, it encourages us as husbands to do certain things. That. Notice what's mentioned here. It says, husbands, continue loving your wives, just as the Christ also loved the congregation and delivered himself up for it. Now, Zach, you think about that. How can you deliver yourself up for Sarah? What can you do? Well, mainly, you're going to put Sarah's interests ahead of your own. So maybe she may want to go somewhere. She's exhausted. Oh, you're exhausted. So you stay home and make sure that she's going to get her needed rest. You'll put your feelings aside. You won't go there. Or maybe she decides, Zach, I really want to go somewhere. I want you to take me, and what are you going to do? You may be tired at that time. Well, you're going to go and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to help her enjoy herself too. Smile on the face, the whole 9 yards. But of course, Zach, of course, you as the head of the family, you're going to have to determine the best needs of your family. So you'll have to make sure that you make wise decisions. Use sound judgment that is solidly based on God's word, the Bible. So like Jesus, he was mild-tempered, lowly in heart. You're going to be a source of true refreshment for your mate. Now, Zach, you have Sarah here. You're very happy to have her as your wife after this afternoon. Zach, you have to treat Sarah as a very precious individual. Now, one article in the Weight magazine made mention about a precious gem, an emerald. Now, the emerald worldwide is considered to be more precious than even diamonds. Depending upon its quality, an emerald that can fit into the palm of your hand, maybe it's just 1/10 of an ounce. Depending upon the quality, it can be worth $1 million now. Just a little tiny little rock. Now, you're looking here at Sarah. Sarah should be just as precious in your eyes. So that's going to be the way that you're going to deliver yourself. You're going to treat her more precious than even a $1 million emerald, which will be in your possession. You will always look at be pleasing to her, to be a loving hand, and to be the top of her fresh one that she's going to need. By doing so, Jehovah's servants will bless you. So keep those points in mind. Now, Sarah, you come to the role of a Christian wife. And it's certainly an honorable and a dignified role that you got, Sarah. Despite how some women view it today. You're not a slave. You're not an inferior person. Jehovah loves you. He respects you as a wise and spiritual-minded individual. Now, I know you don't give that the same kind of support that the Christian congregation gives to Jesus Christ. At Ephesians, the 5th chapter, once again, verse 22 through 24 gives us an encouragement there. There it says, "Let wives be in subjection to their husbands as to the Lord, because the husband is head of his wife, as the Christ also is head of the congregation, he being a savior of his body. In fact, as the congregation is in subjection to the Christ, so let wives also be to their husbands in everything." So, remember, Sarah, Zach, as your husband, he craves your respect just as much as you crave his love. So how is it that you can show him deep respect? Now, it's going to be really important that you do that, Sarah, because your recognition of the headship principle that we just considered there in Ephesians is really important. Your marital success is going to depend upon it. So, as well as with your relationship with Jehovah God. So you have to keep in mind, Sarah, a couple of things. You, Sarah, are Zach's complement. You complete him as an individual, but you don't compete with him. That's a key point. So cooperate with Zach. Look to him when he makes his decisions that are going to affect the household. Follow his direction. Now, sometimes you may say to yourself, you say, "Oh, Zach, doesn't seem like that's going to be the best way to go." What should you do if he makes the decision? And of course, follow along with it. That's going to encourage Jehovah God's blessing. Now, if Zach makes a decision, perhaps it's not the way that you might do it, try your very best, Sarah, to make it work. See, then Jehovah, he'll truly bless you. And when Zach messes up, he will. You won't even have to say anything to him. Don't belittle him. You won't have to throw it in his face. You give him your support, and I guarantee you, Sarah, he'll love you and respect you. Never become jealous of Jehovah God, too, Sarah. Zach is a very busy person in his worship to Jehovah in the congregation. So there may be times when Jehovah asks things of him, his time in particular. Now, what you have to do in that instance, Sarah, is make sure that you keep yourself spiritually strong. Keep yourself busy. Because one of the things that Zach always told me about you when he would talk to me several times about you throughout the day is how So since you're so spiritual, Sarah, keep that up. That's what drew him to you in the first place. How spiritual you are, how much you love Jehovah. So keep that in mind. Don't slip out of the habit of praying for yourself frequently and keeping up your personal study. It will really help you in the long run. And as much as your circumstances allow, share in as many different activities of civil service as you can. One thing that every married couple needs to hold on to and practice is love. You have to keep in mind, both Sarah and Zach, that a very small leak can sink a great ship. So never allow little small things in your marriage to undermine the love that you have for one another. Always take care of little small things as quickly as possible. Paul put it in certain words. Our last scripture that we're going to look at is in 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. A fine description of love that all of us need to get this. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. Love is long-suffering and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag, does not get puffed up, does not behave indecently, does not look to become provoked. It does not keep account of the injury. It does not rejoice over unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Zach and Sarah, love never fails. So if we keep these points in mind, you two as a newlywed couple, certainly Jehovah God is going to bless you into all eternity. Now let's give our attention to Brother Josiah Crone as he administers the wedding vows.
Now comes the part where you guys get to talk. I'm sure you've anticipated this moment as well as many of the activities that have gone on today. So if you would, Zach, respond. Do you, Zach, in the presence of Jehovah God and these witnesses, take Sarah to be your wedded wife, to love and to cherish, in accordance with the divine law as outlined in the Holy Scriptures, for Christian husbands, for as long as you both may live? I agree. Now, Sarah. Do you, Sarah, in the presence of Jehovah God and these witnesses, take Zach to be your wedded husband, to love and to cherish and deeply respect, in accordance with the divine law as outlined in the Holy Scriptures, for Christian wives, for as long as you both may live?
I do.
So if you might repeat after me, Zach. We'll start with you first. I, Zach, take you, Sarah, to be my wedded wife.
I, Zach, take you, Sarah, to be my wedded wife.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
In accordance with the divine law as set forth in the Holy Scriptures.
As set forth in the divine law.
We'll go a little slower. In accordance with the divine law.
In accordance with the divine law.
As set forth in the Holy Scriptures.
As set forth in the Holy Scriptures.
For Christian husbands.
For Christian husbands.
For as long as we both.
For as long as we both.
Shall live together.
Shall live together.
On earth.
On earth.
According to God's marital arrangement.
According to God's marital arrangement.
Sarah, if you would repeat after me. I, Sarah, take you, Zach, to be my wedded husband.
I, Sarah, take you, Zach, to be my wedded husband.
To love and to cherish.
To love and cherish.
And deeply respect.
And deeply respect.
In accordance with the divine law.
In accordance with the divine law.
As set forth in the Holy Scriptures.
As set forth in the Holy Scriptures.
For Christian wives.
For Christian wives.
For as long as we both.
For as long as we both.
Shall live together.
Shall live together.
On earth.
On earth.
According to God's marital arrangement.
According to God's marital arrangement.
At this time, are there some rings to be exchanged? These rings are an outward and visible sign signifying unto all the uniting of this man and this woman in the bonds of matrimony. For as much as Zachary Siegel and Sarah Crone have covenanted before Jehovah God and these witnesses to accept each other in wedlock, I, as an ordained minister, and by the authority conferred upon me by the Holy Scriptures and the state of Connecticut, pronounce that they are husband and wife together. What God has yoked together, let no man put apart. Now at this time, if we could invite Ben Siegel up, and he could offer a prayer for the party. It is my happy pleasure to introduce to this marriage gathering Zach and Sarah Siegel. Cocktail hour that will begin directly upstairs. And after a few minutes, all the guests here will have an opportunity to congratulate the new couple at that time. So if everybody would make their way to the cocktail hour taking place upstairs at this time.
You gotta stand up.
What is it?
No, that's
I'm good.
Instead, Josh realized that we should play something a little bit better, but you have fun playing on the drums.
There is no use lamenting progress like the years had not gone past. And there's no use remembering daydreams, they only come and go so fast. But you can know where you're going if you do not know where you've been. And your past is our foundation, and on that you can depend. You are so dear to me, it all is clear to me. However near or far apart will you be? You are so dear, you are so dear. Like a book that you get lost in and you have to read again. It's not always like the beginning, how it turns out in the end. And you've had to make adjustments and you know how to communicate. You must always stick together, make come with me, don't hesitate. You are so dear to me, it all is clear as crystal clear to me. However near or far apart we be. You are so dear, you are so dear.
do my best. I think I got my crying out of the way last night, but you know, no guarantees. Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm happy that this is all done. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way right now. I'll drink to that. First of all, I have to say that today was beautiful. And first of all, even before that, if I could backtrack, I would like to say that you are the most important people to me. And it's funny to see how things have changed, but all in a good way. Like even back in the day when Zach and I hated each other when we were little kids. And we would fight all the time and scream and be so mad at each other. I think I threw batteries at you once. Sorry. Twice. They were 9 volts. I swear I'm not an evil kid though. And the frogs. Okay, so anyway, I'm just happy that, that we've been able to change that all around and be where we are today. And Sarah, I'm happy that you're a part of our family now. And you're the sister that I never had, and that's beautiful too. So I wrote you guys a song, and I'm gonna play it now, okay? Alright, this song is called Wrapped Around Your Finger. Kind of like a wedding ring, huh? I just figured that out right now, huh? What a coincidence. Serious.
It's funny how it all changed so quickly. You wanted me near you, and you're lovely when you bite your lip down tight. It makes me want to be so near you. Oh, did I mention that you've got me wrapped around your finger now? Oh, would you question anything that I could say or do right now? Anyhow, you could sleep half the day away while I just sit and lie awake and watch you sleep and wonder what you dream. And I give my time to everyone, but you alone, you fill me up, and I wanna be so near you. Oh, did I mention that you've got me wrapped around your finger now? Oh, would you question anything that I could say or do right now? Anyhow, if you hold on to what you got and let go of all you lost or left behind. Much of what falls in between is kept together silently, and I always speak of is our dreams of California, California. Oh, did I mention that you've got me wrapped around your finger now? Oh, would you question anything that I could say or do right now?
I guess Grandma's coming up now, folks. I don't know. I don't know if I can top all this music tonight, but I'm going to try later on, folks. Very soon.
Let's see how this sounds. All right, Sarah and Zach. There's lots of love going on in this room. Can you feel all that love going on in this room? Never forget all this love that's going on in this room. Because that's all that counts. That's all that matters is love. Nothing else matters. And all the rest is just not love. So I want to tell you that there's only one choice we have in life, and that's to be happy, glad, or mad, sad. And that's the choice you have to make. And if you see everything glad and happy, it's a wonderful world, a beautiful world, a dancing world, a swinging world. But if you see everything, oh boy, you're in trouble. So just remember, that's where it's at. Because they say marriages are made in heaven. But down here, you got to work at it. All you have to do is remember to be happy, to love, and to remember me.
What else we got on tap? That's it? All right, we're going to finally get to some dancing here, folks. A special request by the bride and groom. Want everybody to come out here and dance on the dance floor. We're going to rock this Hastings Hotel. Again, my name is Todd from TJ's Entertainment.